Hi, Lujan. I want to thank you for taking a minute to speak with me. So tell me what your diagnosis was and what kind of problems you've been having.
Well, I had ulcerative colitis, or will still have it, and that consists. It's almost like Crohn's disease. I have a lot of bleeding going on and inflammation of my lower colon.
Okay, now we've only been working 1 week,
Mm-hmm.
and I would like you to tell me how you feel differently at the end of the week as opposed to when we started.
Well, at the end of the week, the bleeding has stopped, as well as stomach problems have also stopped as well, which is something the medication that the doctors have had me on has not been able to do for the past year. And that was at the beginning of the week. I was still bleeding and everything else, and now I'm not taking any medication at all. So
Beautiful. And how about in terms of going to the bathroom?
everything's good.
Yeah,
Everything's good that goes there, which is kind of the first time in 1 year.
beautiful. Okay, thanks for taking a minute to speak with us.
Yeah, no
Have
problem.
a great day. Hi, Michelle.
Hi,
Thanks for taking a minute to speak with us today.
my pleasure.
So, when you first started coming in, you had two major symptoms that we were talking about. One was stubborn weight loss, is that right?
Right,
And the other was you were very tired and fatigued.
right.
Yes? Okay. Okay, so in the time you've been coming, can you just give us some idea of how you're doing with both things?
I'm doing great. I lost so far 183 pounds
You lost 183
Uh-huh.
pounds. Wow, amazing.
and have more energy, sleeping better, different foods eating is healthier.
Great. And you're sleeping better through the night?
Yeah.
Wow. And when you wake up in the morning, do you have more energy than you
Oh,
used
yeah.
to?
Yes.
And are you able to do more things during the day now than you did before?
Not out of breath anymore, running around, able to go up and down the steps,
Wow.
not out of breath.
Beautiful. Okay, that's great. We're so proud of you and happy for how you're doing.
Thank you.
And thanks for taking a minute to speak with us.
You're welcome.
Okay, thank you, Merle, for taking a minute to speak with me about this. So just tell me when you first started, what your symptoms were like. What was it feeling like?
I had a lot of acid. It was burning me when I would eat actually anything. It was down to the point where I couldn't drink water. So without something feeling awful.
So even when you drank water, you would have the symptoms.
I would, yeah.
Okay. And tell me how you're doing now.
I am doing wonderfully. I don't feel any kind of burning. I can pretty much eat anything I want. And life is good.
And no medication.
No medication, no. And I was on Acifex and there was another one. Anyway, so I'm not on anything and I'm
Great.
thrilled.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay,
You're
Kate,
welcome.
I want to thank you for taking a minute to share what's been going on. So tell me a little bit about how you were feeling as opposed to how you're doing now.
Well, when I first came in, I couldn't sit at all. I was having excruciating pain, my lower left back, left hip, down my left leg into the bottom of my left foot. And now I have minor pain in my lower back when I sit and stand.
So you're able to do more, like in terms of working or around the house. How has that made a change for you?
When I first came in, I couldn't even shop for food or cook food, and I couldn't work. And basically, the only position I could be in where I was comfortable was lying on my right side. And now I can go to the supermarket and do my everyday chores, and I can work.
Great. I'm very happy you're doing better. And thanks for taking a minute to speak with us.
You're
We're going to
welcome.
add a little bit more. So tell me what you were just saying.
My family didn't want me to come in to see you because I live an hour and a half away, and they were afraid if I came and I had adjustments done that the hour and a half ride home would ruin what happened. But actually, I never had any pain when I went home. It wasn't a problem taking the hour and a half ride, and I've had immense improvement seeing you, and I would encourage anybody to come here because I was non-functional when I came here, and now I was able to go back to work. And I'm actually taking a 6-hour flight to California to get to my job, and I'm able to do that. And that's a remarkable thing.
Okay. Thank you for the addendum.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you. Hi, Karen. I want to thank you for taking a minute to speak with us.
My pleasure.
So I want to talk to you about two things. As we were discussing, you had some tremendous success both with weight loss and with your arthritic knees. So let's talk about the weight first. You were on the program for about 8 months, is that right? The first 8 months?
That's correct.
Great. So how much weight did you lose in those 8 months?
I lost about 63 pounds, maybe 65.
63 to 65 pounds in 8 months. Great. Wow, must feel very different.
It does. It's very expensive though because I have to buy new clothes. No, new clothes.
Okay, the downside is you had to buy new clothes. Okay.
This has been wonderful because I've tried everything. I went to Weight Watchers. I did the South Beach diet. I went to a nutritionist. Nothing worked. This is the only thing that's worked for me, and I've been trying for easily 10 years.
Wow, after 10 years of trying, that's so
Yeah,
wonderful.
Yeah.
And what's happened with your arthritic knees? And because as you know, the program we use is more than just weight loss. It has to do with detoxification also. So what's happened with your knees?
I don't have the same amount of pain that I had before. I still have some pain, but I can go up and down stairs now with no trouble.
Wow.
It's really been wonderful. And I noticed that even before I lost that much weight, almost immediately.
Just
and
with
I
the
think
big-
that's because of the foot bath.
The foot bath and all the detox that we do,
Yes.
and that's helped with that. Great. Well, it's great to hear such a good story. And thanks for taking a minute to
My
speak with
pleasure.
us.
My pleasure.
Okay, John, thanks for taking a minute to speak with us. Can you tell me what your concerns were when you first came into the office?
High blood pressure and diabetes.
Okay. So do you remember what your blood pressure had been hovering around when we started?
180 something when I first came in.
And had it been that way for a while?
Yes, no one without pills was able to bring it down.
Right. So, and how is it doing now?
In the 120s, doing great, excellent,
And without medication?
without medication.
Great. Okay, so you're pleased with overall with what we've done?
Yes, I would recommend you.
Good. Okay, well, thanks very much for taking a moment for us. Have a good day.
You
Okay,
too.
Jane, so I want to thank you for taking a moment or two to speak with us. So, tell us in general why you started coming for neurotherapy with us.
Well, I had seizures all my life, and I was suggested to come here from like my mom, and so that's why I came here.
Okay, so tell me how you said you had seizures all your life. When was the first one that you remember?
The first one that was full blown like shaking was when I was 15 in the crisis hospital. That's when they found out that I was shaking, but I've had other ones where I didn't shake.
But the first major one was when you were around 15.
Yes.
Okay, and how old are you now?
I'm 20. I'm about to be 27.
27?
I'm about to be 27.
Okay, so you had them for 11 or 12 years. And how often would you have the seizures?
Well, the full-blown ones I would have, they started getting really bad my freshman year in college. That it was every single day.
You had seizures every single day?
Yes. I had 20 in the morning, 20 in the afternoon, and 20 in the evening. And they would vary from 20 and up.
Okay. And when you have these seizures, were you able to do things when you had them, or did they interrupt your day? Was it hard to go to school? I mean, how did it affect you?
It was hard to go to school. It was hard to get up. I would sleep more, and I would have a lot of headaches and pain, and then wouldn't get up at all or eat.
Did you ever have to go to the hospital because of them?
In 2009, I was hospitalized for 3 months. In a coma, and then recently, the past couple of months, was back-to-back transported into the ICU and because of seizures.
So you've been going into the ICU because the seizures were so severe?
Yeah.
Okay. And then you started the neurofeedback here, and since you started neurofeedback, what's helping? So before that you were having the seizures pretty much daily, so how has it been since you've been doing the neurofeedback?
Since I've been doing the neurofeedback, I have, I'm actually 2 weeks and 1 day free.
Wow.
I've never had that before.
2 weeks and 1 day with no seizures.
Yes.
Wow, congratulations.
Yeah, because even before I was 16, I would have little episodes. That's what I consider them, but now I have nothing.
No small episodes.
No small episodes.
No big ones,
Not
no.
feeling good, to the point where I couldn't move. Now, I don't even get that, so that's good.
Well, thanks so much for sharing your story, and we are all so happy about how great you're doing. Henry, thank you for taking a minute to speak with me. So tell me a little bit about what was going on before you came in.
Well, I had some acid reflux where I felt the gas coming up from the stomach and the esophagus and going back down, coming back up. This was happening throughout the day and also when I was sleeping, or I had a hard time sleeping because of it. So I went to a general practitioner who said that I had too much acid in my stomach, and he gave me some pills to decrease the acid. Those pills didn't help. So I reached out to you and asked if you can help me, and you said yes. I came in. You did some tests on me, and you realized that right away that basically that I don't have too much acid in my stomach, but that I have too little acid in my stomach, which was a bit of a surprise to me. I said, that's an interesting way to kind of diagnose me. And you gave me some pills that would increase my stomach acid production, which helped fix the problem. And your explanation was that basically the reason that I have too little stomach acid and the reason I had the reflux because of the too little stomach acid was because when I ate the food, it was sitting too long in my stomach. The acid, there wasn't enough acid there to break it down, and in a sense, the gas that I felt, the bloating and the reflux that I felt was the food was fermenting in my stomach because it was sitting there for too long. In a sense, it was rotting in my stomach, and as it was going through my intestines, it wasn't broken down enough. I felt bloating, I felt gas. Everything you said made complete sense. I took some supplements that they had provided me, Premier HCl, which in the very short term fixed me right up. I kept taking them for a little while to kind of reinforce the successes that I've had, and I have no more acid reflux or GERD ongoing. So thank you very much for your help and for your insights, and I'm very thankful that I was able to come to you and get me 100% better.
You're welcome, and thank you for sharing that with us.
No problem.
Have a good day. Hi, Corey.
Hey.
I want to thank you for taking a minute to speak with us. So, can you tell a little bit about your experience with neurofeedback here?
Sure. Before I came to participate in the neurofeedback, I was having major anxiety attacks. Since I started, if I had to put a percentage on it, I would say I'm about 60% better. I've been doing the neurofeedback now for 3 months, and I haven't had one anxiety attack, I say, after the first week of doing it 3 months ago. I definitely recommend it. It's been helping me tremendously. I used to not even been able to come here by myself. I used to have assistance from my wife driving me here. So now I'm driving again, coming here alone, and getting on with my life.
That's great. So, beforehand, you said you haven't had a major anxiety attack since the first week. So, how often would you be having those anxiety attacks previously? What would you estimate?
Out of a 7-day week,
Right.
About 4 days.
Wow. So you would get them 4 out of 7 days, and now it's been.
I couldn't function. I couldn't work.
Wow.
Now I'm running my business again, and things are really moving forward for me. I'm feeling a lot better.
Beautiful. I'm so happy that it's been helpful. Thanks very much for taking a moment to speak with us.
You got it.
Hi, Erica. Thanks for taking a minute to speak with us. So tell me, when you first brought your son Daryl in, first of all, how old is he now?
He just turned 4.
Just turned 4. So when you first brought him in, what was the main issue that you were concerned with?
His speech development, he wasn't talking.
He didn't say any words, nothing at all?
No, not really.
Okay. And then what happened once we started working with him?
Amazing change. His attitude changed a lot. He started speaking more, clearer words, and his interaction with people is a lot better.
How do you notice his change with his interaction with people?
He's more friendly. He's more interactive with children, and he's not as far as standoffish as he used to be.
Great. And as far as his speech, is he's making? I know he was making sounds. Is he making words now?
Yes.
Uh-huh. And is he starting to put words together at all yet?
Yes.
He is. Okay, great. Well, that must be very exciting for you.
Yeah, it really is.
Great. Okay, thanks for taking a minute to speak with us.
No, no
So thanks for taking a minute to speak with me. So you'd been dizzy for a while before you came, and you told me that you had been to your medical doctor and had been taking a pill. And when did you what was the dizziness like? Like, when did you get it during the day? What did it keep you from doing?
Basically, if I lifting anything or move fast or just turn my head, I will feel like a dizzy and very dizzy. And I went to the doctor. My family doctor says it's vertigo, but it's even I take the medication, it's not to go away.
Okay, and then we started working with you a few times, and how is the dizziness now?
Oh, basically now it's almost gone. It's great. I feel great.
Okay, good. Thank you very much for taking a minute with us.
Okay, you're welcome.
Rujan.
Thank you.
I want to thank you for taking a minute to speak with me. So tell me what your diagnosis was and what kind of problems you've been having.
Well, I had ulcerative colitis, or will still have it, and that consists. It's almost like Crohn's disease. I have a lot of bleeding going on and inflammation of my lower colon.
Okay, now we've only been working 1 week,
Mm-hmm.
and I would like you to tell me how you feel differently at the end of the week as opposed to when we started.
Well, at the end of the week, the bleeding has stopped, as well as stomach problems have also stopped as well, which is something the medication that the doctors have had me on has not been able to do for the past year. And that was at the beginning of the week. I was still bleeding and everything else, and now I'm not taking any medication at all. So.
Beautiful. And how about in terms of going to the bathroom?
Everything's good.
Yeah.
Everything's good. That goes there, which is kind of the first time in 1 year.
Beautiful. Okay, thanks for taking a minute to speak with us.
Yeah, no
Have
problem.
a great day.